Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and I've decided I'm going to go ahead and reshape the bank all the way around this side. And instead of having the drop off, we're going to try to get more of a gradual slope out. I think that'll be safer and easy to maintain. So we're going to see if we can get that done tonight. I'm going to use this GoPro and clamp it in the excavator, see if we can get some first-person view. And hopefully I can do a good job of actually shaping this. Let me jump in the machine and get started. In my last video, I was debating if I wanted to leave this pond bank the way it was or cut it into a more gradual slope. 90% of the comments recommended that I cut this slope the way I'm doing now. And the reasons for that is, number one, safety, because you're less likely to fall into a pond that has a gentle slope as opposed to a drop-off. And then it's easier to get back out. The second reason was maintenance. I also had my wife and a couple other friends look at it and made the decision to go ahead and cut it like this. Then it was just a matter of, could I do a good job of making a consistent slope all the way around this when the original bank is so irregular? If you stick around to the end, I've got some really cool before and after shots from the same camera angle. I'm thinking the title of this video is going to say something about me gaining a new respect for equipment operators, because that's what I kept thinking the entire time I worked on this. Running a machine like this is pretty simple, really, in terms of you could teach anyone to do it and they can dig a scoop of dirt. But it really is hard to be good at it. And what I'm realizing is that the number one skill you need is patience. Because you're making so many scoops and each one needs to be precise. I'll get back to that point in a second, but something really unusual happened here. And that is, I saw what looked like an electrical wire, or actually looked more like a phone line or something, sticking out of the ground right next to the pond. That doesn't make any sense. I can't imagine what would be running out here. So I go out and look at it, and it's actually some type of organic matter. It looks like a tree root almost, but it's like uniform diameter. And I still don't know what the heck it is, because there's no significant plant life out here other than just grass and weeds and pond lilies. Anyway, I have no idea what that is. But back to my point about running a machine like this, I was trying to think of an analogy of what it's like, and the only thing I could think of was trying to eat rice with chopsticks and pick up each individual grain of rice. It takes tremendous amounts of patience and concentration, because as soon as I try to go quick, I mess something up and gouge into the dirt and then have to reshape it. Obviously, you get better at that with experience and don't have to focus quite as much maybe, but I think it would be mentally exhausting to run one of these machines all day. I've always had a lot of respect for people in any of the trades, but even more so every time I run a piece of equipment, I appreciate the people who do this all day. Okay, so right here we're removing a lot of material. Over here we're removing a lot of material, and here we're only removing a little bit. And then right here, to maintain that same slope, we need to add material, and then we'll be taking off again down there. So I'm gonna go get some clay with the tractor. You ever had somebody fill your bucket with everything you used on the last project and you didn't know it was in there and you dumped it in your pond? Me too. The video you are watching right now was filmed on Friday night, and we're going to use this weekend to try to fortify the far dam that's leaking. And I'm hopeful we can make some progress there, but you never know until you start doing it. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to revisit one of the biggest jobs I ever did with the tractor, where I think I titled the video that I should have used a bulldozer, because I pushed through some ridiculously thick brush that had 3 and 4 inch diameter trees in it. So tomorrow morning I'm going to take the skid loader back and do that job again with the correct machine. Then I've got my friend Billy coming over, and he's going to try to help me with that dam. As you could see from that last shot, there were a couple more spots down around this corner where the pond was actually cut in and we had to add clay back to get a uniform bank. I was intentional about leaving the camera setting in this spot the entire time so I could get an exact before and after picture from the same angle, and I'm getting ready to splice that in here. So here's that before picture, and here is the after picture. What do you guys think of that transformation? It's going to add some volume of water to the pond, but not as much as it initially looks, in my opinion. Anyway, I think it's a big improvement, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it. Now I'll give you a quick panorama of what the entire pond looks like at this point. As I take a walk down this freshly cut bank, I've got several things I'm still deciding on. One is if this is about the right angle or if I should take just a little bit more off the top. Kind of thinking I've expanded this enough and I should probably leave it the way it is. Then my next thing, I was planning to mechanically or physically remove all of these lily pads, but they just spread so fast, and if you don't get every single one of them, they'll take over the entire pond within a year. And I know that because I had them 90% gone about this time last year. So I'm probably going to use a chemical product on it again. Last question is, what do you guys think about the length of these videos? I started this video with over 3 hours of footage, and first cut brought it down to 20 minutes, and I felt like that was too long and cut it to 10 minutes. So what do you think? Do you like long videos, or do you prefer shorter videos? Okay, I'm really happy with the way that went. Actually, better than expected, better than I hoped for. I think this is a not much cleaner look. I think it's a little bit safer. I think it's going to be easy to maintain. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. Put links right here to more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.